start tonight with recovery on yesterday's earthquake in Mexico.
The death toll is rising. At least 230 people are confirmed dead in Mexico City. President of Mexico declaring 3 days of national mourning to honor the victims of this earthquake, 7.1 magnitude quake. Rescuers continue to dig through the rubble of homes, buildings, and schools in search of survivors.
Here on the Central Coast, many still waiting to hear from family and friends. Local efforts, meantime, are underway to provide aid. Action News reporter Bianca Beltran has our coverage right now.
Well, Dan, Aaron, so many people I talked to today have some kind of connection to this disaster in Mexico. And even though this is thousands of miles away, it's hitting really close to home for locals. I myself have family in the areas affected. My uncle survived in Mexico City, but described buildings coming down and neighbors coming together to help each other. Now, many others are still waiting to hear from their loved ones. Vince Luna has been unable to reach his family in Mexico City after the deadly earthquake that hit Tuesday.
We're watching the news and everything, and especially today about that school. You know, they have young children too, and you start worrying about if they were going to that school.
We have a lot of relatives and friends that live over there, and I haven't heard from any of them. I'm sending emails and texts and see what I can get, but I guess the communications are down, so it's really difficult.
The Mexican and U.S. governments are offering hotlines to help people locate their loved ones affected by the quake, and the American Red Cross is on standby to help their counterparts south of the border.
Just as they've, supported us with many disasters, most recent with the hurricanes, bringing over a whole cadre of Mexican Red Cross responders, we're there to support them as well.
Sergio Sanchez is from Mexico City and finally heard from his family Wednesday afternoon. His uncle lived through the devastating earthquake that hit Mexico on the same day in 1985.
My uncle just tells me that it was worse than 85, so it was pretty horrible how the buildings were shaking and the homes were being, collapsing around them.
Sanchez just organized the El Grito Festival in Salinas on Sunday that brought together over 50,000 people to celebrate Mexican Independence Day. He says he's working with many of the performers to put together a benefit concert to raise money for the earthquake victims.
It's a pretty sad situation down there, so the need is for some immediate relief in regards to some shelter because people are sleeping outside because of the fear that some of the other buildings collapse, and the ones that lost everything, obviously, they don't have a place to go back to.
And several local groups are interested in helping the earthquake victims. The Red Cross is reminding people that monetary donations are best as transportation can be costly for physical items. And right now, responders are focused on search and rescue efforts. Aaron, Dan.
All right, Bianca, thank you.
Thank you, Bianca. A planning meeting for the benefit concert is actually already scheduled for tomorrow night.
Also, we have put the contact information that Bianca shared on our website, ksbw.com. You can also find it on the KSBW mobile app.